Lesson 8 for May 16 to 22, Creation, Genesis as Foundation, Part 1, read by Dr. Percy Harrold. Monday, May 18, The Days of Creation. In recent years, there has been a trend to view the creation week as non-literal, as a metaphor, a parable, or even a myth. This has arisen in the wake of the theory of evolution, which assumes long ages of time to account for the development of life on planet Earth. What does the Bible teach on this subject? Why are the days of creation in Genesis 1 to be understood as literal and not figurative days? Question. Read Genesis 1, verses 3 to 5, and Exodus 20, verses 8 to 11. How is the term day used in these contexts? Genesis 1, beginning at verse 3, Then God said, Let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. And Exodus 20, beginning at verse 8, Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labour and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall do no work, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male servant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. The Hebrew word yom, or day, is used consistently throughout the creation narrative for a literal day. Nothing in the Genesis creation narrative indicates that anything other than a literal day was meant, as we understand a single day today. In fact, some scholars who don't believe the days were literal will nevertheless admit that the author's intention was to depict literal days. It is interesting that God himself designates this name for the first unit of time in Genesis 1 and verse 5. God called the light day. Yom, or day, is defined with the phrase, and there was evening and there was morning. In Genesis 1, verse 5, God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, so the evening and the morning were the first day. And then in verse 8 we read, And God called the firmament heaven, so the evening and the morning were the second day. The term is used in the singular, not the plural, meaning a single day. Thus, the 7 days of creation are to be understood as a complete unit of time, introduced by the cardinal number 𝐒𝐿, that's 1, followed by ordinal numbers, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, etc. This pattern indicates a consecutive sequence of days, culminating in the 7th day. There is no indication in the use of terms or in the narrative form itself that there should be any gaps between these days. The 7 days of creation are indeed 7 days as we delineate days today. Also, the literal nature of the day is taken for granted when God wrote with his own finger the 4th commandment, indicating that the basis for the 7th-day Sabbath rests on the sequence of a literal 7-day creation week. And so to finish the day, the Genesis creation isn't the only creation in the Bible. There also is the recreation at the second coming, when God will transform mortality into immortality, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, as we read in 1 Corinthians 15, verse 52. If, however, God can do this instantly at the recreation, why would he use billions of years for the first creation, as theistic evolution teaches?
Hi there. Thanks for watching this video on the Advent-band Ministries YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to be alerted whenever we upload new videos. So, until we meet him in the clouds, may God continue to bless you.
This lesson was read by Dr. Percy Harrold for Christian Services for the Blind and Hearing Impaired, Christian Record Services for the Blind, the Sabbath School Department and Hope Channel. You can also listen on the official Sabbath School 4 app and the Apple iTunes app Sabbath School with Percy Harrold. Remember, God is always faithful.